Hey guys, wobble wobble wobble, this is Downtown Adrian J with the Kicking the Sounds of London Town. How you going out there? Well, it's starting to get cold. It's actually a little bit colder today. It was about 8 degrees when I went out, and it's like, it's October, but what else can you expect? But let's see what's going to happen. So I'm going to split this up into two videos, alright? So don't move your dial. We're going to work on the BMW today. If you remember the screw up on my windscreen, I was doing some stuff and I'm still getting a little bit of water ingress. So I decided to get a new sealing strip which fits on the windscreen. There's a couple of other strips and a couple of things that I can look at and fix and do, but I want to have another investigation because I forgot to have a really good look. I just had a cursory look. So today, also for this video, we're going to be putting out everything, give it a good clean. I've got some sealant and also I've got the strip. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's go have a look at the car. Okay, so we're here at the car. So the sealing strip, if you remember, is under there. So to get to it, what we have to do is we have to pull the air cabin filter, pull this off. This has to, I don't know if, yeah, this has to come off, the lower cabin filter. This has to come off. We have to mark the windscreen wipers, pull the windscreen wipers off, and then we'll be there. Guys, so I hope you like that stop action filming, whatchamacallit. So we've got basically everything off. Now what we've got to do is we've got to pull this off. It's just clipped in, everything is off there, and we're going to have a look, see what's happening. There's no water in there, but that's because I kind of frigged it really. I didn't really want to. Please don't tell anyone I do this, but I put some tape on that side there just to kind of act as a thing, and that kind of helped. I don't really want to do that because it's not really the right way to do it, but I want to try and do that. So, and also I was getting a code saying something about DME short current or something like that, and I think because that was filling up again. So I'm going to remove the tape off, give it another try without that and see what happens. It did actually have quite a bad thunderstorm, so that did kind of work. So let's see what happens now. I'm going to remove this and show you. Okay, so this is the part I pulled off. That fits basically on there. This is the lower thing. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this all off, give it a good clean. I've got some sealant. I'm going to put a dash of sealant underneath there and then put this back on again, and then put the new one on. So first of all, I'm going to take this off and give it a clean. Okay, so I just want to show you, this has to fit right up, kind of really fit up in there. Okay, may not have been. There is a little bit of sealant under there, but when I took it out, there wasn't any sealant, and I don't really want to put any sealant because that causes any problems. So I kind of removed it, and I refit it back. I may put a drop of silicone sealant just underneath the bottom there, but I don't think I'm going to need to actually. The seal looks in good condition. The other one looks really trashed. So I mean, water could be going behind here, but I very much doubt it. I mean, it could be, but it's nice and tight now. This area here, I double checked, and it's nice and tight, because that's the only place where I think water could be going from. It comes from here, and it drops in there. But I mean, it'll run in through there and out, but I can't see for the devil how it's getting into there. So it's something else maybe. But I've refit that seal. I'm I'm debating whether to put a little drop of some there, but if water drops in there, and it can't be that much, it's going to flow from this way down into the sides. That's how it's designed to flow. So, because nothing's going to be absolutely watertight. But if you look at this seal, can you see? It is kind of pretty manky. Well, it's not that manky, but I've got the new one, and this, can you see it's kind of distorted in certain places. And also I know here we had issues with these bits and pieces. So what I'm going to do is, I've clamped this kind of up. I'm going to fit this piece on, the new one I have, and we'll take it from there. I'll show you the new piece. So this is the new piece. It looks a lot better condition, which it should be because it's new. So I'm gonna fit it in there now, and I'll show you after I fit it. Okay, I saw a problem. Now, if you remember on that video where I show you how these guys messed up, I told you that this bit, which was this bit here, had come off, right? Something like this, right? That it had come off. So I just kind of put it back on again. But then, if you look very, very carefully, if you see here, and if you can see here, let me get a light, torchlight, torchy. Can you see how this is designed to go water into this area, which is the drain, right? Now I pushed it all up. Make sure this is all up. So what's that supposed to happen? Even if there's no seal, and I'm glad I didn't put any seal, you're going to get, this is to stop water going inside. It's very difficult that it will, but it could be, and it'll be only a little bit, which is why this is a good idea to change your seal. What happens is water falls into there, it kind of drips down here, and it should go into there. Now if this isn't fitted properly, nice and tight, and also on this seal, if the seal is loose or worn or whatever, then what's going to happen is water is going to find its way into there. Okay? As I've been having water egress problems here, this is where it's going to come, and maybe even here. I think I saw water coming in from this area here as well, because it's falling on that bit there. Okay, so that's what's happening. If this seal has gone, or it hasn't been fitted properly, and I think that's what it was, because all I did was, oh, blum, blum, blum. But because I took it off just now, trying to work out how to go, you can see there. Can you see? Then if I go across to there, can you see how it's supposed to go into these trays? So, let me give you a little piece of advice, mums and dads, boys and girls and kids at home in the gallery. These guys just changed the windscreen, right? Because it's cheaper for them to just change the windscreen instead of changing all the other bits, because those are BMW parts. You can get a generic windscreen, but you can't get the parts. And what they've done is they've charged the insurance for everything, but just changed the bloody glass. These things, okay, you need to change all of these. It's unbelievable, right? Like, I am not what we call it SME. We call it in the term SME, subject matter expert. If you change windscreens for a living, right, that's your job. You know what you're supposed to do. These, I don't even want to say what these guys are. I already said in the other video, have reused the parts. It's all right, it'll do. Which they didn't even fit it properly, because I guarantee you, if they'd fit it properly, there would be no water leaking. Get it? There would be no water leaking. And prior to this windscreen, I had no howling, no water leaking, right? So it is that. So if you, and this is what BMW told me when I went to get a quote for them. They said, right, what we're going to do is we're going to replace everything. Even if we don't need to, we're going to replace it. Because generally, if you've had the car for 6-7 years, those are going to go. And when you pull them out and then put them back on again, they're not going to be right. That's why they charge you for this. They charge you for 1-2 parts there. They call it a ledge. That seal. There's a few other seals, the rubber seals. They just reused everything. They reused all this stuff, right? And that's the issue. Okay? I can't see the windscreen leaking from there. Everything looks good. And that is definitely, because after trying to refit it, I'm going, right, that is what the issue is. So I was going to put a little drop of sealant on there, just to kind of, you know, and see if water's leaking. But you shouldn't need to use sealant. They don't use sealant in the factory, so why do I need to use sealant? Because they put brand new parts and the parts are good. So what I'm going to do is put everything back together again. I'm going to show you something else on there that I may need to change. But I'm going to put everything back together again. I'm going to check the code to see if I've got that code. Remove this plastic that I've got on there and see if we've still got the water leak. Okay? If we have, I'm going to take it off, put some more seal on there, and then I might need to change this bit because there's definitely some leaking from there. There's a couple of these round things, and I'll show you later, are cracked, and I'm probably going to have to put a little bit of sealant on there. But that, I think, is definitely a bad issue, because you saw when I took it off, it was like, why is this like not working kind of thing. So, right, really pissed off with that, but, you know, we're getting there. So now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put this, the cowl back on, and I'm actually going to show you where it's kind of broken. I might have to put a bit of sealant on there. Now, this is what I was going to say. This is the cowl. Remember I told you this was cracked last time and I put a little bit of sealant on there. That is kind of wear and tear. Okay, but look at this. I want to show you. Right, can you see how these are bent and broken? They've just kind of jammed them. So I'll see if I can show you. Can you see how they're bent and broken, a couple of those tabs? They're not sealing properly. Because they've just got it, bam, just dropped it in there without any consideration. Look at that. See if I can get it out here. See? Ah, that's better. Can you see? Like, seriously? Well, you got paid to do a job. Just do the job. Like, I really honestly wasn't worried about whether the job took 1 hour, 5 hours, or a day, or a week. They said, like, we need to take our time, we need to do this and this and this, and that's fine, absolutely fine, but don't do this shit. It's crap, man. Seriously crap. So, what I'm going to do, I can see that that's broken, and if you look there, water will go in there. Can you see? It will drop and it'll go through there. So that's not a good idea either. So this one isn't too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some. I've got some silicone seal. I'm going to put some silicone seal on there and there. It's not going to do a lot. Trust me, because this needs to be very flexible. I'm going to put some on the inside as well. That's a bit of a bodge. I don't like to do it, but this is like about 150, maybe even $200 for this piece. So it's, you know, and I think looking at this, the seals look okay. You see the seals? The seals look okay. The seals fit onto there, onto that thing. The BMWs are honestly really put together well. When they put these cars together, man, like, they know what they're doing. The problem is if someone who doesn't know BMWs tries to work on these cars, it causes problems, man. Even like I've had problems, like, but luckily I've got access to forums and my mates who know about BMWs, right? I'm a car guy from like 30, 40 years, right? So crazy. So I'm going to put a bit of seal on there. I'm actually going to leave it to dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to maybe have a bite to eat. So you'll see me a little bit later. Then I'm going to put that on there. Okay, so. I just remembered you can't put this on with those on there, and when you put these on, if you don't measure that side right, remember last time this wasn't fitted straight, this was like all the way over here, these idiots. And if I look here, this is right, it should be up to there. It looked at one point that they cut it, but they hadn't measured it. It has to kind of fit on there. And this has to be banged down. It has to be banged down. There, all over the place there to stop. This is the seal. Even if water goes in there, if that's fitted, it should be okay. Now, if I get my torch, I don't know if we can see. Actually, I don't think you can see because it's back there. But remember that bit came up here and directs rain to there. I don't know if we can even see it that way there, because that's in the way. But this is all designed properly for that reason. Okay, it's in there somewhere, can't show it. Now, those are these two bits here, which I pulled out, and I think they're supposed to be put on afterwards. You see, these guys haven't got a first clue of how to do this. This is supposed to be, I'm sorry this is white, this is actually says on here, translucent. Oh, for God's sake, translucent. Unless it dries translucent, I don't know, but this doesn't dry properly translucent. I'll maybe put a little bit of a blacker on there to do that. Now I'm just going to put those onto there, put the wipers back and test them. Now it should be good. So I had to make a modification. I had to pull this all off again and do what I did, put that on, but put these on afterwards, otherwise it was stretching this too much. Can you see that's bang on center? This one is just slightly a bit off. I think this needs to be replaced, which means that this comes across here. Essentially I had to pull it this way, which means there's a tiny bit of a gap here, but this is more pronounced because I've bloody well cut this, otherwise this would go down to there and on the other side. Okay, so just a thing, it was a pain having to pull this out, but as I pulled it out already, I wasn't going to go screwing around and not putting it right back. So make sure, as you can see, that's like this, as opposed to it was twisted up the other side, and that's bang on the center. It's kind of dry and translucent, so it's not too bad. So let's see what happens there. I'm going to put the rest of it back on again. We have put everything back together again. I've tested everything, and everything's good. So I'm hoping everything should be fine on these things. I've just got to pull these off actually, and yeah, we should be good. So let's hope that's done. There's a few other bits and pieces I can do, but let's just see how that holds up. I've taken the plastic that I put on there just to kind of see if that's fixed it, because really you shouldn't need to put anything on. You know, that's, if it's worked before, it should work afterwards. I've still got a few leak points, but I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to check also. Sorry, I'm going to check the codes to see if that electric code is back in again. I think it's got to do with that. So if it is, then I've got something else happening. So from your stream, Big J saying, peace out into you. I'm out of here like a thief tonight. I hope you liked this. If you liked it, definitely go and tell others. If you didn't like it, come and tell me. And like, smash, get your hand, smash that like button, and please subscribe if you like the videos. Take care. I'm out here. Bye for now.